Thanks a lot. Welcome everybody. Today is the final day of class, in the class Neuroeconomics at the Erasmus School of Economics. My students are going to present their final presentation on neuroscience and neuroeconomics. And I'm very curious what they have to say, because this has been a challenging and interesting class. Thanks a lot. Good luck.
We are going to talk about body language, and we are going to show you a short view into the world of body language. From our facial expressions to our body movements, things we don't say can still convey volumes of information. Think for a moment about how much a person is able to convey with just a facial expression. Body language is a form of mental and physical ability that consists of body posture, gestures, facial expressions, and eye movements. Humans send and interpret such signals mostly entirely subconsciously, but according to experts, these nonverbal signals make up a huge part of daily communication. Nonverbal communication can convey a very different message from a verbal communication. A British researcher found in a study that nonverbal channels carry about 5 times as much impact as the verbal ones.
So knowing that communication is actually barely about the actual spoken words, it seems to be the non-verbal part of communication that really matters. And one group this is crucial for, we thought, is the group of politicians, since a voter's opinion really determines either their success or as well as their failure. One can say that there was bit of an official start of the awareness of the importance of body language, which was the debate between Kennedy and Nixon in 1960. A couple of years later, there was a study done on this debate, and people were asked who they thought had won the debate. And those who listened to it on the radio thought it was Nixon, because obviously he had the stronger arguments, whereas those who watched it on TV thought Kennedy was the winner. So this event kind of showed the importance of body language and the importance of your physical appearance rather than just the words. As far as you can control it, it sometimes just gives you away. Like, your body still remains your body, so you can't control it completely. So the conclusion for this part is that that politicians are aware of the fact they do control it, but they still can't do it completely. Sometimes their body just gives them away.
So now I will speak with you about culture and its impacts on body language. Even that cultural differences have an environmental origin, they also affect the wiring of the brain. So we're shown in visual perception and attention tests that Westerns spend more time in analyzing an object than background context, whereas Asians spend time in analyzing context and relations instead of the objects.
Well, we've seen what body language is and how it expresses the emotions or the subtle cues that happen during human communication. But the step right before that, how it happens inside our brains, is a little bit more complex, but it's really interesting as well. This is what all comes together, all the culture and the trained behavior of the politicians when they try to have the upper hand in negotiations or in shows of power. This is where it happens, in the template filtering. This step is not hardwired, this is learned. This is where the signal that you have just experienced and has passed through all these previous steps is compared to learned templates and behaviors that you memorized during your childhood or during your training. If it's been trained and it's been memorized, so to say, it can be also rewritten and replaced with new experiences to reinterpret other body language that you experience from then on. When the body language expresses an emotion and you detect it, you're also, as well, at the same time, without even realizing it, sort of performing that same motion and emphasizing with that emotion in a subconscious level. That's why these tactics that the politicians and advertisers and marketers use are so effective. They aim directly at this mechanism, knowing that you will repeat it in your brain at a subconscious level without being aware of it. Body language, most of it, at least the basic mechanics, are hardwired in the human brain, but the mechanisms that come into play at some important step during its recognition are based on learned behaviors that can be changed or modified, and of course of our culture, which is the greatest part of our social environment. It can also be trained and controlled to enhance communication and to defend yourself from aggressive tactics of communication. And thank you very much.